Hey everyone, welcome to another Good e-Reader review video. My name is Michael.
My name is Peter.
Today we have the Onyx Boox i86. It's an 8-inch e-reader, Peter.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, not too many of them out there. Let's give you a sense of specs. It's e-ink Pearl. The resolution is 1600 by 1200 at 250 dpi. A 1 gigahertz processor, 512 MB of RAM. It's running Android 4.0.4, and it's infrared touch, so it's not capacitive touch like we see in a lot of other e-readers.
Yeah.
There is some exciting features about this, but let's point them out when we give the 360.
We shall. The design is a little bit different with this kind of, I don't know, like rigid plastic thing here. It's just strictly a design feature. Kind of looks like the bind of the book, you know, where the pages kind of turn.
Yeah, you're right.
I just figured that out right now, actually. There's a back and forward button. There is a middle button. This one is used to go back in succession. For example, if you open a book, open settings, open another thing, every time you press this, it'll go back throughout those sections in series. The back is quite nice. It offers a decent kind of hard rubber plastic. It's not the lightest e-reader, but it's not absorbently heavy. We also have on the bottom 3.5mm headphone jack, a micro USB port, micro SD card for expandable memory, and a power button to power on and off the device, as well as put it into standby mode.
So the SD card supports 32 gigs.
32.
So it could... a lot of audiobooks, a lot of music, a lot of ebooks if you wanted to. Now, one of the big selling points behind the e-reader is that it has Google Play as an avenue to download apps.
It does.
So there's a ton of content here. Let's take a look at the software experience. So this is Google Play, how it looks on an e-ink screen. So
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Not bad. Look at that.
I'm actually kind of pleased the way that this works. So Google Play is your avenue with this e-reader right out of the box.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's promoting apps that aren't going to work with an e-ink screen, but you can easily search for any manga, comic book, magazine,
You're saying
ebook
Temple
app.
Run won't work on this? Come on, man.
It's
Have some faith.
I don't think it will, but I mean things like Google Translate will. 3.5mm headphone jack, Duolingo. You know, there's a lot of apps that works. Audible. You know, Spotify. There's a lot of kind of cool potential with this. So I'm not gonna walk you through Google Play. We all have experience with it. I'm gonna hit the home button here. So when you load things on here, this is how it'll look. Show you progression, the last book read, etc. and
your library, so to speak.
Right. So this is sort of like your recent activity, but anything will appear under your library here. You can search, you can sort. It sort of all depends. There's two different main viewing things with this. It's called A2 mode, and Onyx has really just been doing this in 2014. They started it. So you can either go quality first, everything's very high res, looks good, or you can go performance first, where things tend to look a little bit more pixelated, but you could really start navigating, and things are just lightning quick.
Zooms, refreshes, everything is a lot smoother of motion, but it looks worse.
When we take a look at PDFs in a second here, we'll kind of show you what we mean there. Okay, so first of all, this is an ebook, a Christmas Carol, free, open source, royalty free.
That looks really cool. It looks really big. It's far bigger than a 6-inch screen. Let's move a 6-inch screen into the way here. You can see the extra 2 inches. Remember, diagonally we're talking, really expands the screen in both height and width.
So this e-reader would be perfect for people who have like vision problems, who need like larger fonts, need a larger screen. So there's 100 reasons why you would want a bigger e-reader for books.
Absolutely. We have the standard functions. We're not going to go through each one of these, but we have dictionary search, refresh. You can set it to the amount of pages you want it to refresh. Margins, whether you want to fit it to height, fit it to width, make it smaller in the middle. We'll go to settings in a sec. We have font. This is how you change the font size up and down. see, it takes a little bit of time. But remember, this isn't the only e-reader app you can use. This is just the stock experience. You can make the contrast lighter or darker, change everything to bold, and change the fonts. You also have text-to-speech, which is really cool because it has a 3.5mm headphone jack on the bottom. You can use that to put to speakers or a set of headphones and, have full audio out of this.
Yeah, because it's Bluetooth,
Yes.
so it'll support a lot of different like third-party accessories, keyboards.
Exactly. So a lot of cool stuff there. Let's go back and we'll go to settings. This is where it gets really in-depth and technical. We're not really going to go through every one of these. We'll just give you a glimpse. You have a lot of different stuff you can do here. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you want to look at any of these. We have a lot of different things.
Image dithering.
Yeah, you got to have that image dithering on a standard ebook. You can hide a lot of the stuff in the status bar. To
Yeah,
kind of give
so you can
that-
pretty well get rid of all
Yeah,
that
if
if it breaks your immersion
Exactly.
when you're reading.
Whole bunch of stuff. So if you're a technical user and you really want to cater this towards the way you want to read an ebook, this can do it. This is definitely the way.
Okay.
Dictionary search, like I said, it's all your standard ebook experiences is on this, and the beauty of this is that it's a huge screen. It fits tons of text.
All right. Well, we're opening up about 150 meg Dungeons Monster Manual here. It's our go-to book because it's a very complex PDF. If an e-reader could handle this well, it can handle anything well.
Absolutely. Now, we don't have that awesome mini-map very visible on this. It's actually on the bottom corner, and it only updates after you finish dragging. For example, if we drag over here and let go, we're now located in the upper right-hand most part of the PDF.
Yeah, whereas like a Kindle and a Kobo, it has like a screenshot, basically of the document you're on the top left-hand corner. Onyx does it in the bottom right.
Exactly. It's tiny.
But I mean, it's there,
It's there, it
which
helps
is solid. And I
if you
mean,
need it.
they could obviously enhance it further with a firmware update.
Absolutely.
But I mean, the fact that it's there and it works is kind of cool. We're looking at just basically the full page of a PDF, on an 8-inch screen. And I mean,
can essentially read that.
it's true. And I mean, if you wanted to pinch and zoom, that's pretty quick.
Yep. Now, this thing moves fast, but it comes at a price. This is that price. It's not the best scrolling experience. Now, I find Kobo has a much better scrolling experience. Everything kind of drags on this look, and then you finally let go, but it's great once it renders.
Yeah, you're not going to really see that if you
No.
like pinch and zoom like this, and then if you move to the side, that's where you'll really see it.
Exactly.
Now, we kind of pointed out before quality and performance.
Right.
We're on quality, we're going to hit performance, and then as you can see, the fonts...
A lot of the shadows are gone.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
the
not
shading.
high res, but it's way
Much
quicker when
yeah.
you're pinching and zooming and scrolling around the page.
Look at that. It's just... whoop. It's almost like tablet speed with minus that dragging kind of blur.
Right.
But yeah, you can see that you can't even tell what that is. If you tap the refresh button at the top, the A2, it goes away, image fully renders, you get that shading back, you get the contrast back.
Yeah.
But it is a cool thing to have because if you are lagging in your PDF, change it to performance.
Full on. All right, so one of the last things we want to show is some apps because obviously with Google Play, I mean, you can install whatevs, right?
Anything you want.
So we
Especially
have
Manga Meow.
yeah, our go-to
Good
app.
choice, Mike.
It's okay. So there is a lot of apps, but I like the fact that this had Meow in the app and on the app name, and it had like a picture of a cat because I'm guilty fan of like Lollacat type stuff.
Anybody ever tell you don't judge an app by its thumbnail?
Yeah,
Hey, catalog.
yeah.
I
get it.
Here.
All right, so we're just gonna randomly look at like a sample chapter here.
Dot hack.
So gives you some information there, but we're mainly just looking
The
for
quality of the actual
Yeah.
manga. Yeah. Meow.
because manga's the type of thing that I think looks really good on an e-reader because it's no color.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
designed to be like black and white,
Yeah.
pulp sales, cheap as hell.
Exactly. So that looks good. It looks like the full page of a manga is completely visible.
Yeah.
So page turns, not the quickest, but there's tons of apps you can download. So once again, we get that really bad transition into moving the page around, but once you're there, it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the main benefits of this is that so much text fits on the screen at any given time.
Yeah.
That you don't really need to
pinch and zoom.
Yeah, you don't really need to pinch and zoom because it's like the art, the story, everything is like, it's fully there.
Good.
I mean,
mine is this ad at the bottom, but otherwise,
it's the free version from Google
cool.
Play. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this.
Now we must note the side page turn buttons aren't properly built into every single app, so they won't really be calibrated for every single app you download. So like this one, it doesn't really work, but it works with all the stock experience, like photo viewing, music, and so forth.
So turning pages, I mean, there's a bit of an animation because this was designed for like Android phones and tablets, but it does a solid job.
Sure.
I mean, if the one really great thing about what Onyx is doing, Icarus as well, and is the fact that it's running Android on e-readers to be able to give people the option to do things like this, to install third-party apps. Sure. I mean, Google Play on an e-reader, Pete. I mean, we've been reviewing e-readers for like
since 2008, 2009,
and this is such a great.
It's refreshing to see a company that really pushes Android on their devices, and a lot of companies are like, oh, we don't want Android because we want everyone to be just our brand, but putting Android on it really draws people into your brand, and I think it's a good idea.
I mean, Nook and Sony have always used Android on their e-readers, but it's been locked down because they don't want people to buy like a Nook e-reader, like a Nook Simple Touch or a Nook Low Light, install the Kindle app on it. I mean, that's like,
or install games on it.
They probably have nightmares at night thinking that people are going to do that.
And download Asphalt 8 on it and then complain that it doesn't work.
Exactly. So I'm a huge fan of this e-reader, but there's a few things that I have to make clear, that this is like an engineering production model. So this isn't the final model that will be available in stores and online. Though the body, this will remain consistent. The main UI, yes, but Onyx has told us that they are going to be pushing out a number of firmware updates to stabilize it, to get some functionality to work. Like right now, the dictionaries don't work properly.
Yeah, the highlights kind of, they if you highlight something, it doesn't show up in your notes right away. Just a couple little things.
Yeah, I mean, we highlighted something in a PDF, and then we opened up an EPUB, and that whatever we highlighted was highlighted on every page of the ebook. And so there are some small bugs like that, but that's not to say that this won't be worked out for the final version.
Because the hardware is there, and the hardware won't change, so it's capable.
Yeah, so this e-reader is perfect for the mid-level to advanced users that love Android, love tinkering with things, and want a large screen e-reader to not only read ebooks and PDF files, but manga, comic books, magazines, newspapers. The list goes on endlessly. So I like it, and I think a lot of people are going to be attracted to it because of the price. We got this for what? It was like $150.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So it was I think it was like between $150 and $200. So fairly cost effective. It's 8-inch e-readers are not the norm. It's only this and Cybook Ocean right now are the only two commercially available touchscreen e-readers on the marketplace right now. There are others out there that are 8 inches, but they're not touchscreen. So by today's standards, it's like buying a Kindle DX and then it's a D-pad. So let us know what you think about this. We're big fans of this e-reader, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/goodyreader, for this this Onyx i86 compared to other e-readers on the marketplace, so you can kind of get a sense on the pros and cons versus like Kindles and Cybooks and all this other stuff. So for a review of the Onyx i86 HD, my name is Michael.
My name is Peter.
Everybody take care.